Hello and welcome back to another edition of Arbitration Studios as we plow through the whole damn thing of Halo Combat Evolved. I'm JP Arbiter.
I'm Mrs. Arbiter.
And so we survived 2 betrayals, we ran through a library of unspeakable horrors, and now we gotta go rescue the captain. Right?
Yep.
This is a great little starting cutscene, if only for the camera work.
Camera work's tricky.
No, you wanna know what's trippy? Starting upside down.
Oh. Yeah, that.
Oh, that's right, I gotta... Shut up!
It is technically on its ass, so yeah.
Captain? Captain?
It's reversed. Oh well.
That's something you don't see every day.
Indeed.
Yeah, I gotta be extra careful with grunts on here because I forgot to turn off the grunt funeral skull again.
Again.
And
It
we
just
are
increases the challenge rating.
and we are in confined quarters and we're falling.
Which reminds me of the best falling
And we
scene
are
in
falling
movies.
into glow-in-the-dark KY jelly.
Such a glorious description.
That's what the blood was for the Predator and Predator. There's like no good way to describe that. The thing belonging to the creatures in the movie whose title is the name of the creatures. Oh shit!
The Predator's blood from Predator. That's about the best way you can
I know,
describe
but it doesn't sound good.
It never sounds good when you repeat the same word twice. It's just the basics of the English language.
Twice in the span of what? What's the minimum where it sounds okay to do that? 3 words?
You can't even say frack the fracking, what the frack is this? And still have it, mind you, using the proper language.
Yeah, but the F-bomb is different because it's very beautiful.
Oh,
And-
yeah, but
I mean, because it can serve as a noun, an adjective, a pronoun, an adverb, and I'm pretty confident we can figure out a way to make it a preposition.
yeah,
I mean,
it's easy to make
if
that a
someone can
preposition.
it's easy to make the F-bomb into a preposition, huh?
Huh? Do you really need an example?
Not now. I was trying to be funny because, you know,
You're talking
My-
to an English major. Come on.
my
Even if I don't use the degree much, that's still
my
rare.
8th grade teacher was obsessed with prepositions.
Wow.
So it was just like that. I want to say that proper prepositional use occupied a third of my 8th grade English classes. And who knows, maybe that's actually some advanced stuff, but
Yeah, actually, it's pretty advanced.
it was like, was that what your master's was in prepositions and prepositional phrases?
Maybe that's what his thesis was about.
Her
Thesis.
but
I mean, me, if I ever actually went for a doctorate, my thesis would be on the evolution of language. So,
There's the gravity.
well, the written word is a powerful force.
That's our way back.
It is arguably the first technology, fire being the second.
I mean more being the variation of how languages evolved and how some have pronoun versus a verb and some have verb pronoun. Little details like that and how similar
Yeah, that's
languages
more of
are.
a.
It's an aesthetic thing, but it's also kind of
I
vital
think it's
to the
more.
structure.
I think it's more an anthropological thing, though. If you're getting it, than it is a. Because English has one structure, and other languages have other structures. So you, at that point, yeah, you are definitely getting into anthropology and cultures and
Yeah, you're getting into a lot of other stuff, including how including treatment of
My records indicate
formal versus informal is the key of it.
Yeah.
I think in Japanese and French, it's both the same. French is kind of weird because they have a very strict formal.
the flood are gathering bodies here.
But anyway,
Well, considering that France literally has a government office entirely dedicated to how language is supposed to work.
well, yeah, and it's also
I mean,
what English words translate into French.
The point is
directly.
that in the case of French, it's not just a sociological function, but it's also a literal government function.
Well, yes, it's
know.
the question. The question. The answer is it McDo or McDonald's, or is it CD or CD? CD. I mean, it's literally that. There are a lot of words that are direct translations in English because there really isn't a way to try
Well-
and translate it in French.
Bell.
Battlement is a mess. I can't access the ship's schematics.
Sorry.
My records indicate that a shuttle base
Anyway,
Well, the other thing is that with that whole thing, when you're talking about copyrights like McDonald's or compact disc, aka the CD, using proper language doesn't apply because it is a copyright, and it's
is.
an international copyright.
yeah. Well, DVD is the same as DVD. It's just the letters in this different language. That's all it is.
Yeah, but
Of course, they have to have
Bell.
covenant battlement is a mess.
They also have to add the masculine versus the feminine, which is kind of strange. Which is one of the unique things about French, but
But again, that's actually improper, though, because in cases like that, it's a copyright. That it's not a. It's not you're trying to frankify, if that's the appropriate term, a word that is not inherently a word, phrase, or idiom that is not inherently French.
which is why there's an entire department developed to it because of the copyright laws.
Actually, no, it's a cultural thing because France has it's all born. It's actually a modern thing too. It's born from Charles de Gaulle, who established a France First policy involving literally all government and anthropological interactions.
No, explains why I got an airport named after him.
Well, he got an airport named after him because he was a legitimate goddamn war hero.
Oh.
And because he was the primary leader for liberating France from Hitler.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, he earned the airport. So I speak of Charles de Gaulle with the appropriate amount of respect.
Indeed.
But he was a right prick in believing he believed that his country, everything that French people find obnoxious about Americans in terms of our self-assuredness, Charles de Gaulle thought about his own nation. So
I can see that. There's, just from my studies in school, the biggest thing I learned, other than wishing that we had the French system of universities, where it was completely government funded.
well,
You pass one exam, and you basically get your college completely paid for.
yeah.
But they also have very strict rules in regards to schooling and having to pass the pass tests just to get into the next grade level. So, or repeat the grade, which they don't always do to the same extent.
I don't know. No Child Left Behind kind of did that.
Not to the extent that they go to. They have a standardized test you have to pass.
Yeah, that was No Child Left Behind.
No, but you're not required to pass it to go to the next grade level.
Yeah, you are.
No? No, that's not how they run it.
Anyway. Hi, we're playing Halo.
We're playing Halo and we go to politics. What the hell's up with this? Anyway. Grunts. Grunts.
Shields need to recharge. Because right now, even those spores could fuck me up.
Indeed.
Oh, shit.
Front row. Elites.
Haha.
And I must be right back.
Alright. Haha. The advantage to the grunt funeral skull. Kill a grunt, clear out a party. It can simultaneously make a legendary playthrough easier and harder. Oops. Do pardon the crying. Apparently my 2-year-old had a bad dream.
The control room from the 3rd level. He's delirious. In pain. We have to find him.
And again, the headshot on a grunt with a shotgun. Do 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 do. Running along, grunt funeral. No, no, get off of me! Get off of me! So, up and down and replaying the Truth and Reconciliation, or at least the parts of it I hate. No, no, down. Down, you fucking asshole. The other shitbags in my life. Okay.
The captain! His vitals are fading. Please, Chief, hurry!
Please, Chief. Police Chief. Someone call the police chief. Nope. I said no. No means no. Nope, that wasn't the way to go. It's like if I could apply a standard formation, it's first the splody ones, then the troopers, then more of the splody ones. Hey, Mrs. A, you're back just in time.
Hi, I am.
So,
Ooh, time for what?
just in time for the big reveal of what happened to the captain.
Ruh-roh.
He's one of them. We can't let the flood get off the
Ooh, apologies for that. Cat tripped over the cord. Anyway, yeah, Captain Keyes may, he has something on his head. He
has a problem.
may want to get that looked at.
Yeah. Soon.
Or he would, except I punched him in the face until I got the thing out of him.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Still.
I guess.
In the words of the very wise Ernest P. Worrell, ew.
Ew. My.
No. That's George.
I know.
George Takei. Oh my, Ernest P. Worrell is ew.
I forgot about those films.
How can you forget about Ernest?
I haven't seen him in a while.
Oh,
It's been a while since I've seen him. That's all.
Granted, you gotta be in a mood for it. Sometimes I look back on them and I'm like, how did this become a cultural phenomenon?
How did Pee Wee Herman become a cultural phenomenon?
Pee Wee Herman became a cultural phenomenon because potheads had kids.
No, yeah.
And so the
They found
potheads were watching it with their kids, and they were still kind of half-baked from the wee hours of the morning before.
Yeah, well, that's true. Not disagreeing with you there.
Alright, that...
It'd be pretty silly to, at least.
Oh, cool. Die, you prick. Oh! What? I have no idea what the boop just happened there.
Yep. Clearly you don't. If you did, it'd be different.
Fucking asshole cat, you already disrupted the recording and I gotta composite this. Ah, damn it. No, you don't. No, you don't, cat. Jen.
Now she doesn't.
That cat is an asshole. Shouldn't you go find a corner that's not your cat box to pee in?
Really. I could only do so much to control them. They have servants, not people.
Well, you know, cats don't have owners, they have staff.
That's what I meant. Servants. Servant, staff, different day and age. A matter of pay grade and honor. Ideals. Anyway. Moving along.
Alright, down we go. Clap, clap.
Go away. Bye-bye.
Next. Alright, let's get out of here.
See ya.
Bye-bye!
What do I be ya?
Alright, and that is rescuing Captain Keyes when we return.
Well, if rescuing was the thing you did.
Yeah. When we return, we'll just blow the whole goddamn thing up and get out of here.
Yay!
So,
Explosions.
you're way too enthusiastic about that.